All right, so we're going to talk about what we learned from Liftoff, starting with Frederika.
Okay, so this program was meant to be a program for women and non-binary adults, individuals who've never sold a game. So this was meant to increase diversity in the game development community, the local game development community. Goals, we had 6 to 10 participants. We were hoping for 6 to 10 participants and for them to create a demo, a game that you could play and demo in 6 weeks.
Cool.
So,
So quick summary of the event. This was kind of a brainchild of Jamie Stevenson. And he really wanted to put together something similar to Pixels in Canada. So what the end result of this program was that we got 6 new games that were created within 6 weeks out of the 7 sessions that we had with these participants. And the reception between these participants has been incredibly positive. We have plans on doing it over next year, granted with a few more polishes and embellishments so that we can kind of corner off a few rough edges. But overall, it has been a very positive experience for all of us. And I thought it was really important, both of us in fact, would think it was very important to share some things that we learned from that program. So, First one is a confession from me. Make sure that if you're going to have a program for women, have them planned by women. Sounds like a very obvious thing. It is.
Yeah, very important.
But an example that immediately comes to my mind, disclaimer, yes, I'm a privileged man. I admit that when gathering organizers for this program and having them discuss how we should plan this program, some of the things that they brought up, some of the topics that they said we should go over were stuff that I initially would not have thought about. These include something such as how to report harassment at work. Like that is something I would not even thought about was an important topic, but hearing that as we should talk about this from these organizers was like, oh snap, that's true, we should. And so a takeaway from this is know your privilege and always consult your target audience.
Yeah, I'd like to add also that it's a good idea to have multiple, we had multiple women
Right.
who were planning this, and I think a lot of different perspectives in this case were very helpful. Because some things will occur to someone, but in a different way, and some people will have more experience with things and how to handle them. So, sorry, just wanted to add that part.
Before I give the wrong impression from the last slide, in this case we're targeting towards underrepresented gender from the industry perspective. So as mentioned earlier, it does include non-binary people, and we did get some perspectives from trans and non-binary people in regards to how we can improve our program as well. So anyways, real life can be hard. I give the biggest impediment that most of our participants has reported while working on this was more or less time. They had a schedule, they had a job, they had life that they needed to conduct. So to be absolutely clear, all of them were incredibly bright and all of them were incredibly smart people. They were very quick at learning at the tools, again, when they actually had the opportunity to do so. So it seems like the program itself had some issues related to having this sort of 6-week-long compressed schedule.
Also we had a very short time to plan this. We had the funding for it, and we kind of had to run with it, and we didn't have a lot. So that I think also kind of compressed our schedule in terms of the lead up as well.
Right. So we did miss some details as a consequence.
Yeah, I think we still did very well though, but it was something, I think there was a takeaway that we could, if we gave ourselves more time, we would be able to do more, have a more polished program. All right. So I think 3, no one does it completely on their own. So this was really, the success of this project was because of all the people involved. Lead mentors were great. They were all women. All the mentors were women. They guided the participants from week to week. Specializations Specialization mentors provided information on specific topics and were very available, which was great. Organizers provided program structure, and so that was, Tara, myself, and Hughes, and everyone else provided ideas on how to structure the program so that it would be a great success. So we were also covering when mentors weren't available, and basically making sure everything worked together. It was a great program to just be part of. It's the whole group. So thanks to all the mentors and everyone involved, organizers and everyone involved.
Yeah, one of the feedback we've got was the general encouraging environment was a big plus for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just the energy in the room every time we met, every time we had the meetings, it was just awesome. Connectedness, enthusiastic mentors, and they worked very well with their mentees. So we had people who were very dedicated to what they were doing. It was awesome to watch. Multiple communication channels. So we kind of experimented a little bit, trying to figure out the best way to get in contact with everyone, making sure everyone was getting what they needed in the program. There were some issues, but
yeah.
And we also used existing programs and networks within TVGS. So we used the infrastructure, the Orbit program that we had within TVGS already built out to sort of supplement this new program, which was great.
By the way, we have game design, beginner game design every Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m. for anyone interested.
Definitely come by.
But yeah, no, that program was probably the most used and definitely encouraged a lot of participants to join in and learn in an accelerated manner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really great to get everyone started for such a short period of time. So yes, lessons learned.
Yeah, lessons learned.
Yes.
Listen to feedback from other points of view. That was very important for me. It sounds obvious.
I think it's important for everyone, honestly.
It sounds obvious, but you will be surprised every time. Yes.
Sometimes something actually seems obvious once someone mentions it, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But you're not necessarily used to thinking in terms of those things. So more time,
much more pre-planning.
More planning.
We need to kind of ask that from participants themselves as well.
Yeah, we needed to make much clearer the time investment. Stuff happens, but include people who are excited, invested. I don't think we would have been nearly as successful if we didn't have such a very enthusiastic and invested group of people working with us.
100% agreed.
And maintaining good connections. So making sure everyone was in touch with everyone else. Everyone was, had coverage, and we also, because of our infrastructure as a group, I think that was really great.
That's it.